All right, before the video starts, look at the hair. I just wanted to do something for Halloween, and we're going to Fright Fest tomorrow, so that would be fun. Okay, so I'm 21. Fuck. Okay, so I'm 21 now, and I'm still very new to life and being an adult. But a couple months ago, I made a journal. I'm always journaling. I've been journaling for like 3 years now, like seriously, and I wanted to find out which lessons I've learned I know I won't change. And I'm going to see this video is going I'm going to see whether I still feel the same way about these lessons. Um so yeah, we're just going to cut through some of these and we're going to see if I still feel the same way. I guess I can just start with any one of them. Okay, I'll start with the one that's not really like emotionally full, just to like get the ball rolling. Use a calendar. Yes, I still agree with this. I don't understand how people don't use a calendar. How do you just have so much things going on and it's all in your head? I refuse to believe that you're doing that. You're writing it down somewhere and it's all fucking messed up and you're just forgetting. Use a calendar. Hold up. I use this app called TickTick and I connect it to my Google Calendar and I send people my Google Calendar and then if they ever want to do something, they can just check my Google Calendar and it's, hey, are you free on so and so and so and so? Yeah. Use a calendar. It just offloads so many things. It's even like things that like aren't really that important, right? But you know you should probably do it. Like buying like a fly swatter or like something that is pretty important, like remembering your friend's birthday. And you just get a reminder, oh, happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? You want anything for birth? You know? Like I literally put everything in here in this calendar. Study for test on October 28th. Oh, it's an upper day. Ugh, ugh. Fright Fest with the boys. Oh, I have work all day on Sunday. Oh, I have school. And I've realized that when you can just like type everything out and follow like like you don't have to follow the schedule strictly. You can follow it like 80% or 70%. And you're still ultimately like way better than the person who doesn't use it. I still stand by this. I still stand by this. Um okay, this one's a little bit niche. I don't think people this is something that you don't really hear. You will be better off spending a lot of time reading up on a subject that's relevant to you, and that knowledge will be with you forever. So, for example, if you have something that is important to you and you know affects you, you should read up on it and just get really read up on it. Then like the majority of people are not reading up on like skincare, right? And when you read up on it and you like learn what dermatologists say and learn what these dermatologists say, and you know the what the majority of I'm just talking about skincare. This is an example, but if you put in the minimal amount of effort, you gain a lot more than the person who doesn't, right? So for example, back when I wanted to start taking care of my skin, I just did a lot of reading, and then just keep doing a lot of reading, and you know the majority of dermatologists will probably say you should probably wash your face, you should probably moisturize, you should put on sunscreen, you shouldn't use excessively hot water, you should just use like normal or cold water, lukewarm water. Um, and I think that's like 80% of skincare, right? I'm pretty sure, literally, you know, and you would still be very more informed than the normal person, and it would uh, be better for you in the long run, right? Sorry, I'm kind of waffling a little bit. I still stand by this. If there's something that's important, read up on it at least a little bit, right? Especially when it comes to like the major things in life. Because the majority of people are just raw dogging life. Like, what are you doing, bro? Do a little bit of reading. Okay, this one's pretty simple. Suffering over uncontrollable factors is a recipe for relentless suffering. There's literally no point, and yeah, there's really no point. Obviously, this is like very easier said than done because you know you're human and you overthink. But yeah, I think that stoicism stuff is really good for that. Suffering over uncontrollable factors. I don't even follow this to the T because I suffer over uncontrollable factors all the time. But sometimes I can't help it, man. I can't help it. Uh, and let me find something that's related to this. Okay, so yeah, this is related. This one's a little bit bigger. Yeah, I still agree with that. Overthinking is terrible. There's a bare minimum amount of thinking that's probably important, but you have to prioritize the right thoughts and be decisive. Probably not on major decisions like the career you want or your future love interest. Give examples, be decisive. Okay, so I think for me, overthinking is probably the worst, or like probably like the most prevalent that's on the top of my mind that I know I need to get better with. It's just like I remember what I was thinking whenever I wrote this. If you've thought about a specific situation enough and you've thought about all the factors, all the pros, all the cons, and you've asked for advice from some people who have gone through it and you still don't know what to do, it's like you've thought about it enough. And I think at that point, you just really need to be decisive and go to the one you're kind of leaning on, right? And it doesn't sound like a satisfying answer, but you have to be decisive at that point and you need to commit or else you'll just be continuously suffering. Plus, you've already done the thinking, you've already done the asking questions. There's nothing else to do but to make the decision, right? And once you jump into it and you realize and you realize you don't like it, just move back. And it's so much easier said than done. And that's why this is like one of my hardest things to get better at, so to not overthink. But this is the type of person that I want to develop myself into, you know? Um, I think there are things that you should be overthinking about, but even then, you still need to be decisive and you still need to, make a decision. So, and playing it safe isn't the answer. I have another one here that says doing something is better than doing nothing. Don't be stuck in analysis paralysis. It's important to plan, but you should be doing something. Yeah, you can be for I've noticed that whenever I overplan or like I'm like afraid to do the action because I'm constantly, oh, I'm not ready, it's amplifying the situation even worse when it doesn't need to be. It's it's much more simpler than you actually think, right? So I remember example would be like, well, when I first started going to the gym, it was so hard for me to just enter the gym. I don't know why. It was just me thinking like, oh my god, I'm just new in this new space. I wonder what everyone's thinking. Oh, they probably think I'm like a scrawny kid. Nobody gives a fuck, right? And then when I actually started going to the gym and started making like a habit, I literally just did it on a whim. I literally just, I'm signing up for a gym membership. Oh, then I'll just go to the gym, and it's not that deep, bro. It's really not that deep. I started when I started sleeping at 9:30 and then waking up at 6 a.m. I just started doing it. I don't. It's not that deep. You just do it, right? And it's the overthinking. Oh, I mean, with the sleeping stuff, there's like multiple factors, like what time you wake up, and because what time you wake up affects what time you go to sleep, and what did you do during the day, right? Did you like make yourself tired or whatever? But that's besides the point. You just not you should be um biased towards action. I think I got that from someone, but just be biased towards action. Did I say everything that I wanted to say there? Yeah, there's a bare minimum amount of thinking that's probably important, but you have to prioritize the right thoughts. And like when I say prioritize the right thoughts, don't there are thoughts that are just not worth like, you know, caring about. Like, oh, I wonder if they like me. Oh my god, my pimples. So it has to be the right thoughts, right? You should be exercising and doing resistance training for the longevity of your body. I still believe in this, especially if you say that you love yourself. I don't want to like be like 80 years old and like not being able and like just sneeze and break my back. Um, Also, working out feels good. You'll never be like post workout and be like, ah, I shouldn't have worked out. Oh my god, never has anyone said that. Probably like never. Probably like nah, never. You are who you surround yourself with. Don't surround yourself with people who you know won't be good for you, will not be good for you. Yeah, this is so true. I don't think people realize the subconscious. like things that they pick up from their friends, like, oh, I didn't do my homework. Oh, I forgot to go to the gym. It makes you feel like that's okay for you to do, especially like if your friends constantly do it, or like h- how they treat other people. It's like they're extremely judgy, extremely like it makes you think that it's okay for you to be extreme. You know what I'm saying? And so plus I remember like this like one story someone had, and I just think it makes sense where you have like a bunch of you have like three millionaires and then they're all in a friend group, and then some normal guy comes in and he's hanging out with all these millionaires and seeing how they work, and then at some point that guy just becomes a millionaire because he's hanging out with millionaires, right? And to me that just makes sense, you know. If you want to if you want to be a generally more happy or positive person, you should hang out with positive people. I feel like this is just like one plus one here. Yeah. So a lot of these things I'm not disagreeing with at all. People are attracted to authenticity. It doesn't come easily. You have to practice being yourself. But sometimes it's important to be selective on. Yeah, even if I like don't agree with the person, like I'm very grateful that they're being their self. Um, and I mean, even now, like I'm trying my hardest to be myself, and I hope people appreciate that. Um, there probably is like a small, what do you call it? Like a small like front that I'm putting up, like unconsciously. But even now, I'm trying to bring attention to it. So yeah, I still agree with that. People are attracted to authenticity. Don't trust your first unprocessed feelings about something. Wait till you're not in a state of high emotion when you can start taking part apart your wait till you're not in a state of high emotion, then you can start taking apart your thoughts and understanding what is rational and what is irrational in the way you're going about things. I would add a caveat to this. Some people are just they just know themselves and they understand themselves, but it's like very like what do you call it, gray whenever you're in like a situation of high emotion, because I don't think that's really you. I think that's your thoughts and your emotion, and not what you actually like logically will truly think. So that's why I think it's important to just like wait just a little bit when you realize, oh fuck, I'm like really emotional right now. Let me relax and not trust these thoughts coming to my head. For example, I'm thinking of an example. For example, my friend, she recently went through like a time of hard. Okay, she went through a breakup, and she was talking to me like, I just need to buy this this car, and then all my and all my mental illness will be gone. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, you're delusional. And I think in her perspective, she's like, yeah, if I could just like go in this car and then love everything about the car and then like just you know be very obsessed with myself and like do everything that I need to do in the car, and then like go places with the car, and that'll just take my mind off the breakup, and then everything will be fine. That's like I think that's like a very generally like understandable point of view, but I think she realized like after a while like, oh my god, that's like, no, that's not me talking. That's me and my unprocessed first emotions. So, and sometimes I get this sometimes where I literally mess up, and then I go, oh fuck, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm just like, I don't trust that. I don't trust that thought that just popped up in my head. I don't actually believe that. You know, it's just like a thing that you say with from high emotion. You know, that could also like go through like relationships as well. If you have like a partner and they hurt your feelings or whatever, and you would probably be like in a very like state of high emotion. You're like, oh fuck you, I hate you, or that's what's like happening in your head, right? But like after a while, things have cooled down. Y'all have given each other some space. Generally speaking, you don't really believe that, right? You still love this person. You still want to spend your entire life with this person. You know, it's just don't trust your first thoughts when you're in a high emotional state. And I think that people just talk about this like it's only women that go through this. It's not. It's absolutely not. Have you seen the men at the bars that go in fights? Have you seen, bro? Come on, bro. Okay, and I'm saving these last three because I think they're important. Tell people you're grateful for them. Yeah, I still agree with this. The thing is, the majority of the connections in life are like very. The thing is, the majority of your connections that you're going to go through in life, they're going to be very temporary and very transitional. Um, and so I think if you were to, this is me talking to myself, by the way. I think if you were to, if you were to live life in a way that's full of love and meaning, telling people why you're grateful for them, no matter how small or how insignificant it is, will always bring more joy and love into the, into the world. Um, and not only that, but especially with the people who are close to you, I think is even more important. Because people can die at any moment, and would you want the last thing they said or thought about you to be like nothing or like negative? No. If someone were to die tomorrow and I love them, I would want them to at least have their last thought about me be very positive. I also think that it's not that hard to give people love, especially nowadays, you know? It's such a it's such a action that could like make someone's day very nicely, and it doesn't really take that much effort, you know? Like, yeah, tell people you're grateful for them. Like, for example, I gave my friend Damon a note, and I genuinely believe that note. And I think I'm gonna give like everybody in my class like why I'm grateful for them notes that have like interacted with me like a little bit. It's gonna be like a nice thing to remember, you know? And this is connected to the last one. The relationships and connections you have will always be the most memorable parts of your life, the things that you will remember on your deathbed. Yeah, I still agree with this. These are kind of like, yeah, I think I did a good job with this because these are like so impossible to like disagree with. Like these are lessons that these are like timeless lessons. I think I was 19 when I made this. The relationships and connections. Okay, yeah. When you're on your deathbed, you're not gonna think about like, oh my God, I wore a really nice outfit that day. I have red hair one time. I'm gonna remember that. I was such a happy boy. Getting all the bitches, fucking all the hoes. Yeah, you're not gonna remember that. You're not gonna remember like the. You're not gonna remember the 20th game of zombies you played. You're not gonna remember, you know, you might remember a little bit, but like it's all gonna blend in together at the end. But you're gonna remember your mom, your dad, your lover, your kids, the people whose lives you changed. It's mainly the people who you're gonna remember. And the last one, if you cannot find happiness now, you will never find happiness. And I still agree with this. Because I think there's like a grind culture nowadays where if I just get this, then I will be happy. If I just get this, then I will be happy. And it's just like a constant stream of like, I'm not good enough. So it's like that mountain will never be climbed. You're not I don't think that you're gonna ever like do something and then suddenly, oh, I'm done. No, I think like the hedonic treadmill, humans are like their baseline are gonna come back. You're gonna be the best baseball player in the world, and then you're gonna ride that high for a couple months, and then it's gonna come back. You're gonna be the most handsome person, and you're gonna hide that, and it's gonna come back. To me, it's just having the ability to keep on joining these like different areas in life where you can continue doing that till the day you die. And for some people, it's like God or whatever. And then just trying to be good enough for God is good enough for them. You need to find happiness now. You are worth something now. And it might not seem like it, but that's how you have to think about it. Okay. So yeah, this is just me talking to myself, referring to the lessons that I've tried to teach myself. If you gain something from this, please put it in the comment section.